Hey everybody, it's Tom and T from Show Me Coasters, and today we're coming to you from Dollywood here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Right now we're going to take you on a short tour video of the park, show you the layout and all the fun attractions that they have to ride. So this is Dollywood Emporium, and if you're familiar with Silver Dollar City in Branson, Missouri, they also use this as a gift shop, and this is the main exit to exit the park. And here's everything that you can need that you're going to have to take home on your way out, so that you're not carrying this stuff around the park all day. So we're back out here on the Show Street section of the park, and if you've ever been to many other parks, this is just like at Silver Dollar City or any other major park. This is the main plaza, your entryway when you first come in through the first gate. And this is where you're going to find things like guest services, lots of park information, maps, specials. A lot of the shops will be along this area, and it's a lot like the main street at Silver Dollar City. You know, it has like the ice cream shop and a few other restaurants and the bakery.
Yeah, we're going to take you all the way down to the Rivertown section, and we'll come back to Dolly's Adventure Imagination and Jukebox Junction, which will be on our right a little bit. Looks like they're doing some kind of festivities here. The umbrellas are up. I think it's a food and flower festivity.
That starts next month, I think. But yeah, I think that's what this is for, is for that. And it could just be because it's the spring season, too.
Yeah. Gonna use it on rainy days.
It's actually really cool. And it provides some pretty good shade in this little section. So we're going to take a left here and go into the Sweet Shop Candy Kitchen and see what they're making anything. But this is their candy store. Hi, how are you today?
How are you doing?
Making caramel apples?
Yes, we're at the experiment. How you guys doing?
All right.
Too bad.
Enjoying?
Oh,
very much, yes, ma'am.
Pretty day.
It's a beautiful day.
Gorgeous.
Very, very glad to see. How do you like those umbrellas?
Good, it's
Very
awesome.
awesome.
Nice talking to you too. So this is like their handmade
Like
candy shop.
Brown's Candy in Silver Dollar City.
Yep. Hi, how are you today? If you like fudge, they got more fudge than you can shake a stick at. There as well. So we're going to cut on out here. We're going to head on down more.
So this Show Street is similar to Silver Dollar City Main Street. The few exceptions I know that is different. Here, the blacksmith shop is over to where the Eagle Sanctuary instead of on the Show Street. Silver Dollars is on the main street. And this will run right into Rivertown Junction where the rapid ride is. So here's another one that's different than its sister park in Branson, Missouri. I mean, we might have to try this later for lunch here. The Front Porch Cafe got like some of the southern specialties, just such as fried green tomatoes
And French onion soup sounds really good.
that southern grill fish taco and meatloaf stackers. So we're gonna take you down the strip down by the Riverfront Junction and show you the layout here.
So after we left the market square, that brought us into the Rivertown Junction section. And over here they have one major ride and a lot of theaters and a lot of shops and restaurants.
A lot of exhibits and shows.
Yeah. Including...
We've got the blown glass, which will show you just a snip of it, a little bit here.
So this is the only ride over in Rivertown Junction, and that's their rapid ride, River Rampage. So folks, we got you all the way back to the Palace Theater, and we're going to head towards Dolly's Adventures and Imagination section. So when the park first opened in 1961, it was Rebel Railroad. It was opened by the Robbins brothers in commemoration of the start of the Civil War. So when it first opened, they only had 4 attractions. They had the railroad, they had the blacksmith, a general store, and a saloon. So it was pretty scarce as far as activities were available at that time. In 1970, it was bought by Art Modell and changed to Gold Rush Junction.
The same owner as the Cleveland Browns.
And he was the owner of the Cleveland Browns. And then in 1976, the Hershon family came in and took over and changed the name to Silver Dollar City, Tennessee, and added more attractions as well. Then Dolly Parton decided she wanted to collaborate with them, and in 1986 it became Dollywood, and the rest is pretty much history. What you see here has been the collaboration of all those years. So we're entering into the Adventures and Imagination section, and in this part there's a museum over here for chasing rainbows, and it kind of gives the Dolly Parton story.
To commemorate her contribution.
And then you have the bus, her tour bus, that also has mementos and artifacts from her early days in country music.
The Dolly Parton story tells her of a humble beginning to the national treasure that she is today. A beloved, figure in American country music. So we're going to leave Adventure in Imagination heading to the Jukebox Junction of the park here.
So the next section that we're going to be coming into is the Jukebox Junction. Now this is themed to the nostalgic 1950s. It's kind of like small town America over here. It's really cool.
The drive-in soda.
Yeah, it really brings back the memories of drive-ins and soda fountains and hot rods and rock and roll. So we're going to head over here around the corner and we'll see the first major big ride in this section. One of the shops here in the Jukebox Junction is High Octane. And that's kind of the souvenir shop for Lightning Rod. But we're go in here and take a look around and see what they got. They got some really cool Lightning Rod t-shirts. Those are really cool.
$17.99.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that one over there too. As we come around the corner here at Red's Drive-In, we're going to come to the first really big ride here at Dollywood. And that's Lightning Rod, and that's the RMC, the ground-up RMC that they built here in 2016. So when Lightning Rod was built, it was the fastest wooden coaster in the world at that time. Since then, at 73 miles an hour. Since then, it has been surpassed by Steel Vengeance, Zadra at Energylandia, and Iron Gwazi at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. And Iron Gwazi opens later this year.
So the next ride we're going to come to is the Rockin' Roadway here. This is the park's answer to the classic antique car ride that you find the staple of most amusement park. This one is themed to the 50 sports car, Roadster, Porsche, and it's a difference here. It's an electric, it's at a gas pedal like a lot of the antique moon cars in most amusement park in the country here. So we're going to head out of Jukebox Junction and head into Rivertown Junction and show you how the park is connected together here over the bridge here. We show you the Rivertown Junction with the rapid ride already, but we're going to take you to the new section and just walk across Rivertown Junction and head into the valley. So we're leaving the Jukebox Junction and we're going to head back into the Rivertown section where the rapid ride, but we're going to take you into the village area where the kids ride is and the county fair, the kids ride and the train over there. Just a quick tour of the kids section and the train station over there.
So if you remember, we came in from this section when we were in the Rivertown Junction earlier. So we're going to head up here and go to the right, and that's where we'll head down to the village and the county square, or county fair. So over here in the Rivertown section is the part and back porch theater. So I'm going to go to the right here and we're going to head down towards Hard Song Theater, the Village Train Depot, County Fair section, and Blue Ribbon Pavilion. We're inside the Village section here, and as you can see there is the Dollywood 192. I'll try and get a better shot of it up here. And up in this section there are more little shops and restaurants. There's the pizza place in the park. So here in the Village section is where you catch the Dollywood Express, and this is the train station here. And if it's anything like the Silver Dollar City line, that's always got a long line waiting to get on that train. And across from that is the carousel.
I think this is a PTC.
I'm not,
It looks like it.
it does look a lot like a
About the
PTC.
same size. We don't know for sure though.
Yeah. We'll have to do some more research on the carousel itself. I know it is an antique one. So we're heading into the county fair section down here at the bottom of the hill. Mercy. And as you can see, there are a lot of carnival games and things, but they also have a lot of kids rides too. And we're going to take a quick run through here. One of the things that you'll kind of notice if you're familiar with Silver Dollar City is this is very similar to the Grand Exposition area, where they have a lot of the carnival games and kids rides down in that section of the park as well. They got a miniature shooting star, which is kind of like a S&S Power Shot, I think. So like T said, he's going to get a flat ride credit that he has never had before. I've never seen one of these before. It's called Skyrider and it's made by Chance Rides. Eli Bridge Scrambler.
I'm glad you saw that. Thank you.
And over here is the Demolition Derby, which is their bumper cars. This is a really modern one. So we're leaving the village and the county fair section, which are really nice. It's a great little kids area down there. And they got some good carnival rides for mom and dad too. And we're
have more big kids rides, more for older, for adults and older kids.
so we're heading back here into the Rivertown Junction section. And we want to go over and check out the glass blowers over there on the other side. So we're gonna go up here and check out the mountain blown glass where they make the glass ornaments and all that kind of stuff. And there's actually a spot here where you can make your own. I don't know how that works, but see if they got a demonstration going. What are you making today? So we're leaving the Rivertown Junction section. We're heading up to Owens Farm here. And they have one major ride up here, and that's the Barnstormer.
The Screaming Swing, the SS.
Yeah, it's an S&S Screaming Swing. So we're going to head back down to the Rivertown section, then we're going to come up the hill into Craftsman Valley. Yeah. Folks, we just came back down the hill from Owens Farm and the glass blowing demonstration there. And we're going to be heading up into Craftsman Valley. Now this is probably the longest run in the park as far as stretches of path. And it has a lot of shops and restaurants along the way. And it has some good rides in here as well. So we'll be sure and check those out as we go along. As soon as you come under that train trestle and into this section, it reminds me so much of Silver Dollar City with the way that they have the water troughs around here and everything. It looks so much like the Rivertown section at Silver Dollar City. Yeah, the grist mill there is where they have the hot, fresh cinnamon bread. And they do have a couple theaters here too. They have the Valley Theater right here, and then they have another restaurant across from it. There's another one of the eating options here at Dollywood. And that's Granny Ogle's Ham and Beans.
That sounds good.
That does sound good. That sounds so good. I'm getting kind of hungry. Heck.
It's a lot different than Silver Dollar City.
Yeah. This is one of the major shops over here, which is the Cozy Bear Cove.
I love this cozy feel of the park. I mean, it feels like the park just dropped out in the middle of the Tennessee Valley.
Well, it is in the middle of the Tennessee Valley.
It's kind of unique.
But I tell you what, springtime in the Smokies is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, kind of reverse of Silver Dollar City, but Silver Dollar City is on top of the hill, and this one's in the valley.
Yeah. So really, the first ride after the barn swing over in Owens Farm that you come to in the Craftsman Valley is going to be Daredevil Falls. And Daredevil Falls is a combination of a log flume and a shoot the chutes. I'll go and see if I can get a shot of that coming down the hill. One of the things that they have here in the Craftsman Valley is the Robert F. Thompson Chapel. And they do use this for hymns, and they do have Sunday services here. So after the Eagle Sanctuary, Eagle Mountain, the next ride you're going to come to is Blazing Fury. Now this is an indoor dark ride, very similar to Fire in the Hole at Silver Dollar City. So the next ride that you come to is going to be the Tennessee Tornado. Now that is an aerodynamics looping coaster that opened in 1999. It's not as rough as a lot of the other loopers that we've ridden in our travels, but it still has its moments where there's a little bit of a jog in it. But actually it's a really intense, really fun ride. It's one of the more intense aero loopers that I've ever ridden. Arcade and games. Okay, so we're going to come up on the last ride in the Craftsman Valley section of the park here in just a minute as we go around this bend. But as you can see, Fire Chaser Express is right here next to it. So this coaster is Fire Chaser Express, and that's a Gerstflower that was built in 2014. So the last ride that you come to in the Craftsman Valley section is going to be Wild Eagle, and that's the B&M wing coaster. It was the first one built in North America too. So this was a new design in North America for B&M. So we just left out of Wilderness Pass and we're heading into Timber Canyon. And Timber Canyon is home to two coasters over here. This one is one of them right here. And the first big coaster that you come to in the Timber Canyon section is the Mystery Mine. And that's a Gerstflower Eurofighter that was built in 2007.
I like this Wildwood Grove here. It's good theming with especially these rock things. They kind of remind me of the Flintstones, kind of. Yeah. You can see Thunderhead butting against this section. It's I don't know who makes this. I think it might be Zamperla. I think they make these giant Buccaneers ships here.
Oh my god, this area is bigger than I thought.
Yeah, I agree.
So they got this Black Bear Trail. This is the same thing as Moose on the Loose at the Darien Lake.
Darien Lake, yeah.
It's made by Metal Bow. So Mountain Grove Merchants is another souvenir shop here at Wildwood Grove.
Looks like it's more arcade up there.
From here.
So Dragonflyer is the newest coaster here at Dollywood. It just opened in 2019. Let's take a closer look at it.
It looks impressive from this angle.
Yeah, this was built by Vekoma. It's a suspended family coaster. It actually looks pretty intense for a little family coaster.
Looks smooth.
And this is the Larson Flying Scooter, and you see these all over the country. These are very popular.
Like Lake Eagle.
So we're heading out of Wildwood Grove, and that's a really cool little new area there for the little ones. And that's a pretty, yeah, it's a much bigger area than I thought it was going to be. And that SLC suspended coaster, it looks pretty smooth and pretty intense. It looks kind of fun.
They got the Larson glider too, I saw that.
Yeah, so we're going to head back into the Timber Ridge section here, and we're going to head down the hill here for the next ride. Yeah, one of the things that's really impressive is just the theming of this park in general. You can really see the Hershen's hand in this.
That rustic.
Yeah, with that rustic country feel to it. Yeah.
Feel like rural.
It really makes you feel like you're gone back in time.
Yeah.
And here we have Dropline, which is another staple at most amusement parks, the drop tower. So the next coaster that we're going to come up to is Thunderhead. Now this is a GCI wooden coaster. And if y'all follow us very much, you know this is something that I'm just all for. Anytime I can get on a GCI wooden coaster at a park, I'm in for it. And the last coaster in this section is Whistle Punk Chaser. This opened in 2017 and is a small family coaster. If you notice, it's pretty much the same layout as the Great Exposition coaster at Silver Dollar City.
They go around a couple times.
Yeah, they take them around twice, but it sounds smooth too. So folks, that's pretty much it for the tour of the park. We're going to head back down towards the front and close out the video, and we will see you all the next time with our fun day at the park. So folks, thanks for joining us today at Dollywood here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee for our tour video.
Hopefully you enjoy it and you know your bearing the next time you visit Dollywood here. This is T.
This is Tom.
And have a good night.
Have a great night.
Thank you.